Hi, my name is Cynthia, and I'm going to do a speech today on there is life after drug addiction. Have you ever been in public, at a gas station, restaurant, or any public place, and see someone that you can tell that are on drugs? You think to yourself, I don't know why they want to live that way. I have. I was once the addict that people judged. Over the past 8 years, I have come to realize that your past does not define you. In my speech, I'm going to tell you where I have been, how I got into recovery, and discuss my life now. No matter what you have been through, do not let your past define you. I went in and out of jails and institutions. Sadly, I did not care about anything but getting high. I caused chaos to my family and people around me. At first, it started out as being sociable and fun until the disease took a hold of me and I thought it would never let go. I got comfortable with knowing that I would die addicted to drugs and that my life would not amount to nothing. I can remember praying at night that I would not wake up the next morning. Thank God for unanswered prayers. At this point in my life, I thought that my family would be better off without me. The first chapter in the basic text, Who's an Addict, explains exactly the way I was. My whole life and thinking was centered in drugs in one form or another, the getting and using and finding ways to get more. I lived to use and used to live. Very simply, an addict is a man or woman whose life is controlled by drugs. We are people in the grip of a continuing and progressive illness whose ends are always the same: jails, institutions, and death. I did not grow up thinking I was going to be addicted to drugs. It happened over a period. It started out in high school when I just wanted to fit in, and my addiction progressed when I got to college. I always say I went to college to learn how to smoke crack. By no means am I saying that college taught me. What I did was skip school and was in places that I didn't belong. I ended up dropping out of school in 2004 and my addiction progressed from there. I never forget my darkest moment. Some people call it the rock bottom. I went into the Walmart restroom knowing that I had enough substance that I would not come out alive. I was sick and tired of always being sick and tired. I ended up going to jail that night instead of the morgue. Like I stated before, I thought I was going to die a using addict and I was okay with that. I had a judge that wanted something different for my life. He gave me rehab and supervised probation. While I was in jail for PI, I got still indicted on a felony possession charge because I was on monitored court release from a previous possession charge. I got sentenced to 6 months in rehab and 3 years supervised probation. I went to rehab thinking I was going to go to make the judge happy and get my family off my back. What I didn't know was that they were going to teach me that there is a life without drugs and that I could fit in without having to use. They told me when I first got there that they were going to love me until I could love myself, and that recovery was not going to be easy, but it would be worth it. I did not believe anything they said, but I did know I wanted something different, so I stayed even on days I wanted to leave. There were therapist techs there that had been through addiction themselves and was in recovery. Watching them and hearing their story gave me hope that I would have a life without drugs and chaos. They took us to meetings and I found a sponsor that could guide me through the 12 steps. The longer I stayed, the more I learned about myself and recovery. After 3 months, they let me get an outside job and I was able to become a productive employee. I had trials, but I never picked up drugs while I was there. By no means was it easy, but looking at my life today, it was definitely worth it. They was actually telling the truth. Going through treatment was one of the scariest and hardest things I had to go through. I'm thankful for the treatment center. It taught me how to live life on life's terms and started me on a journey that has given me the life I have today. When I graduated Hope in the Mountains treatment facility, I came home, got involved with Narcotics Anonymous, and got me a home group. I kept my same sponsor and went through the 12 steps of NA. I started going into jails and institutions with other members doing H&I, which was very new to me. I was used to going into jails and not getting to come out when I wanted to, so this was awesome, getting to leave when I wanted to. We would carry the message from NA that an addict, any addict, can stop using drugs, lose their desire to use, and find a new way to live. That our message was hope and our promise was freedom. Basic text, page 68, the 6th edition. I can only share my experience, strength, and hope to the addict who still suffer. And hopefully that plants a seed in them for them to work toward a better way of life. I got a job as soon as I got home and worked my way up to restaurant general manager and worked there for 6 years. That job showed me that I could be independent and take care of my child and myself. After 7 years of being a single parent, I am married today. I have self-worth, and I do not set limits on myself. I never thought after 16 years I would be back in college chasing my dreams, but here I am. I work in a field that I am very passionate about. I'm a peer support specialist, and I get to help others suffering from addiction, just like people help me. I'm getting my degree to become a substance abuse counselor. I have a relationship with my family today. I'm a productive member of society instead of a menace. I have a life that I'm proud of, and I would not change it for anything, especially a drug. I have been in the grips of Hades that I had caused myself. I was at my rock bottom and did not know that there was a way out. The judge cared enough to send me to treatment instead of what I was used to, which was jail. The treatment facility taught me how to live life on life's terms. Today I have a life worth living, and I can give back to the community that I once destructed. I'm doing things in my life I did not think was possible for me to do. No matter what you have been through, do not let your past define you. If you are going through something and you think that you are not going to be able to make it, just keep pushing forward. It may not seem like it at the time, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I have 2 favorite sayings that I want to leave you all with. The first one is, nothing happens by mistake, everything has purpose. And the second, the windshield is bigger than the rearview mirror for a reason. That way we don't look behind us, we keep pushing forward. Please don't give up 10 seconds before the miracle happens. Thanks.